Where is Dameon Pierce going to finish when 2022 is all said and done? Dameon has been one of the most impressive rookies so far this season, and considering he's on the Houston Texans, some have argued he's been the best rookie so far. Pierce has been putting the Texans on his back in some weeks, and his fantasy performances have shown that. After the Texans' Week 6 bye, Dameon Pierce currently sits as the RB16 on the year, but considering that Pierce is the clear workhorse back in Houston right now, will Dameon Pierce finish as a top 10 running back in 2022? Let's get into it, but first make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. The evolution of Dameon Pierce this season has been pretty fun to watch. Dameon Pierce is the Houston Texans rookie running back who's got a bruising running style, but is also light on his feet and has big playability. Dameon has 412 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on 86 carries on the season so far. Pierce started out the season playing a clear second fiddle to Sexy Rexy Burkhead. Sexy Rexy's run as the RB1 though, it didn't last too long as he's only had 6 total carries since week 1. Good on head coach Lovie Smith for recognizing that he has a ready-made running back rookie with tons of juice and way more power than Rexy does. However, Sexy Rexy has been able to maintain 3 third down running back duties and has been involved in the passing game. Rex has 24 targets on the year so far compared to Pierce's 15. However, it's always important to pay attention to trends. Pierce has seen 11 targets in the past 2 games. In fact, Pierce has seen at least 20 opportunities in the last 3 games. So what this tells us is that Houston is clearly moving towards the direction of Dameon Pierce being the 3-down workhorse running back. The Texans want to establish the run in every single game, and it's already clear that Dameon Pierce is the guy to do that. But Pierce has been running more routes over the past 2 games as well, so he's heading towards 3-down back duties if he doesn't have them already. So when you think of top 10 fantasy running backs, what do you think of? You think of guys who see all the volume at the running back position on their particular team. You also think of guys who are big play threats and get lots of touchdowns, and guys who can catch out of the backfield. Are you seeing some commonalities here? Now here's the big question. Is a Houston Texans running back really capable of being a top 10 running back in fantasy right now? The answer is yes, and let me tell you why. When it comes to having 3-down back duties and being a workhorse who can catch the ball too, that guy is going to see a lot of volume to be a top 10 running back, regardless of what team they're on. Now, I know that the Texans offense as a whole is a concern that a lot of people have with Dameon Pierce. So when you think about that, let me tell you about a second-year running back that I think of, Najee Harris. In Najee's rookie year, he ran behind a bottom 3 offensive line, while also being on one of the league's worst offenses. He still finishes the RB3 last year. For Najee, it was all about targets. Why is he going to have a down year this year when it's all said and done? There are 2 reasons for this. The first is he's playing injured with his foot, and the second is because he is not seeing the target share that he did last year. Now here's why I think of Najee when I think of Dameon Pierce. Much like Najee, Pierce's offense as a whole is not very good. It's one of the league's worst, and like Najee, his offensive line is not good either. But here's why I believe in Pierce this year. His offensive line is better than the Steelers is and was last year, and although he isn't the receiving back that Najee is, he does possess one important trait that Najee doesn't. Dameon Pierce is a big play threat. So even if Dameon doesn't end up seeing a bunch of receiving work, he's got the big play trait to make up for that. And that is why in my adjusted running back rankings for 2022, I have Dameon Pierce as my running back 10 at the end of 2022. Pierce sees the rushing volume, and he is a big play threat who scores touchdowns. If you have him, you just continue to start him. If you don't have him, I still believe that you can trade for him. This video is coming out on the Saturday before week 7, so if you see this video on Saturday, I'd be cooking up trade packages today to try to get Dameon Pierce. And you better do it fast because you won't be able to trade for him for much longer. Speaking of trade targets, I've got an idea for you. Click on this video to see another top trade target before week 7. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel.